Now, how France becomes a constitutional monarchy, that we have to see. Now people, the National Assembly, they are demanding that there has to be a constitution, right? So after tennis oath, what the National Assembly has done, it was a group of people, they all called them together as National Assembly, and then they started drafting their constitution. King also accepted that okay, there can be a constitution now that will be checking my powers, that will be limiting my powers. Okay, so अब क्या हो रहा है? France becomes a constitutional monarchy. What does it mean? Monarch means the king. So as it is, the king is there, which is our Louis 16, जिसको हम इस chapter में पढ़ रहे हैं. As it is, king is there. Constitution means there has to be a constitution now, and that constitution will limit the powers of this king. Okay, so king is there and the constitution is also there. So now France will be known as a constitutional monarchy. Okay, so in this we will be reading how France became a constitutional monarchy. Okay, in 1791 the National Assembly completed the draft of the constitution and its main object was to limit the powers of the monarch. 1791 में नेशनल असेंबली ने अपनी ड्राफ्टिंग कंप्लीट कर ली कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की. एंड व्हाट डज इट मीन? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बन गया और ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्या करेगा? किंग के पावर्स को क्या करेगा? लिमिट करेगा, कम करेगा. ओके, these powers were now separated and assigned to different institutions, that is the legislature, executive and the judiciary. अब इन पावर्स को क्या कर दिया? सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर का कॉन्सेप्ट आ गया. नाउ एक जन के हाथ में सारे पावर्स नहीं होंगे, राइट? किंग के पावर्स क्या हो जाएंगे? लिमिटेड. किंग विल हैव लिमिटेड पावर्स. ओके, लिमिटेड पावर्स. और अब क्या होगा? सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर का कॉन्सेप्ट आया. सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर. अब सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर के अंदर क्या हुआ है? तीन अलग बॉडीज बन गई हैं. देयर आर थ्री डिफरेंट बॉडीज. वन इज द लेजिस्लेचर, एग्जीक्यूटिव एंड दी जुडिशरी. यू ऑल नो लेजिस्लेचर का काम क्या होता है? टू मेक लॉज. एग्जीक्यूटिव का काम क्या होता है? उनको एग्जीक्यूट करवाना, लॉज को इम्प्लीमेंट करवाना. जुडिशरी का काम क्या होता है? लोगों को न्याय दिलवाना. ये दोनों, इन दोनों को चेक करना, राइट? ओके, so this is how France became a constitutional monarchy. Now they have their own constitution, okay, but they also have their monarch, so it will be now known as constitutional monarchy. Citizens voted for a group of electors who in turn chose the assembly. Okay, citizens ने vote किया, एक group को उन्होंने elect किया, right? जिन्होंने क्या किया? फिर एक असेंबली को चूज किया. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली नॉट एवरी सिटीजन हैड द राइट टू वोट. उस टाइम पे क्या होता था? अनफॉर्चुनेटली सबको राइट टू वोट का अधिकार नहीं था. ओके, सो क्या हो रहा था? हु ऑल वर अलाउड टू वोट? कौन कौन ऐसे लोग थे जो वोट कर सकते थे? मैन अबव 25 years ऑफ एज, ओके, हु पेड टैक्सेस इक्वल टू एटलीस्ट 3 days ऑफ लेबरर्स, 3 days ऑफ अ लेबरर्स वेज वर एंटाइटल्ड टू वोट. वो लोग जिनकी एज क्या हो? 25 से अबव हो. दोज हु आर 25 प्लस, एंड दैट टू ओनली मेन, राइट, हु आर 25 प्लस. सबसे पहले वो वोट कर सकते हैं. सेकेंड, दोज हु आर पेइंग टैक्सेस, ओके, वो ही केवल वोट कर सकते हैं, राइट? अच्छा, टैक्सेस भी कितना? एटलीस्ट 3 days ऑफ अ लेबरर्स वेज, राइट? उतना टैक्स अगर कोई दे रहा है तभी वो क्या होंगे? तभी उनको क्या मिलेगा? वोट करने का राइट मिलेगा. ओके, यहाँ पर हम ध्यान देंगे कि विमेन को राइट्स देने की बात नहीं हुई है. विमेन आर नॉट एंटाइटल्ड टू वोट. स्लेव्स के बारे में भी कोई बात नहीं हो रही है. दे आर ऑल्सो नॉट एंटाइटल्ड टू vote. Now the constitution is being prepared. Okay, the constitution began with the declaration of the rights of men and citizen. Now this is something very very important. The constitution is talking about the rights of men and citizen. Now see, they are focusing on the rights of men and citizen, which means they are not including women here, right? They are not giving any rights to women as of now. So this rights of men is very very important, and citizen, this is something important. This is, you know, talking about the fundamental rights. Okay, this was included in the, you know, United Nations Constitution also as Bill of Rights. Okay, So similarly, France also, took inspiration from that, and then they started their constitution with Declaration of the Rights of Men and Citizens. Now they are talking what all rights men and citizens can have. Rights such as the right to life. Now all the fundamental rights they are including in their constitution. Right to life, very very important. Freedom of speech, right? You can speak whatever you want. Freedom of opinion, you have all the freedom to give your opinion. Equality before law, this is very important, which means everybody is equal before the law, right? Means according to law all are equal. These were established as natural and inalienable rights, that is, they belonged to each human being by birth and could not be taken away. So, French Constitution, the National Assembly has drafted, and they started the Constitution with the rights of man and citizen. Okay, now all these rights were included in it, and they also said that these rights are given to the citizens and they cannot be taken away. Okay, these rights are given by birth and these rights cannot be taken away. Okay. Now you can see a picture which is showing you, the three parts of the government's: legislature, executive and the judiciary. Now you know what happened in this constitution. The citizens were divided into active and passive citizens. Okay, active and passive. Okay, now what is it? Now men are treated as active citizens. उनको क्या मिला हुआ है? Right to vote. They have right to vote. 25 years and above, they had right to vote. Only men and those who were paying taxes. So they were considered as active citizens. Okay. Active citizens entitled to vote about 4 million of a population of 28 million. So 28 million के population में सबको voting rights नहीं थे. Only 4 million could vote, and those people were termed as the active citizens, those who had the right to vote. Then came passive citizens. They did not have voting rights. They did not have voting rights, no voting rights. About 3 million men, women, children and youth below 25. Okay. अब इनके अंदर कौन include हो रहे हैं? Those men who are below the age of 25, women, children, okay, and yeah, as it is I told you, those men who are below the age of 25. Okay. Now what happens? The Declaration of the Rights of Men and Citizens, you can see on the screen, right? So it was painted by the artist called Le Barbier in 1790. So this figure shows you the Declaration of Men and Rights of Men and Citizen. It shows all the rights which we have discussed just now. See what this Declaration of Rights says: men are born and remain free and equal in rights. What does it mean? All men are born and remain free and equal in rights. मतलब men means whether you are a normal citizen or you are a feudal lords, you are all born and remain free. Nobody can control you. जैसे feudal lords और fathers क्या कर रहे थे? उनको control कर रहे थे, उन पे taxes लगा रहे थे. So they were like everybody is equal. There ये clergy and क्या बोलते हैं उसको, feudal lords, ये सब क्या है? All are born and to remain free and equal. Everybody is equal. Everybody has equal rights. Then the aim of every political association is the preservation of the natural and inalienable rights of men. These are liberty, property, security and resistance to oppression. What does it mean? कि सबके पास क्या है? एक तो liberty है ना? सबके पास प्रॉपर्टी होनी चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं कि बहुत अनइक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ लैंड जैसे हम देख रहे थे हो रहा था. सबको एक सेंस ऑफ सिक्योरिटी होना चाहिए. रेजिस्टेंस टू ऑपरेशन, कोई भी किसी को भी दबा नहीं सकता. अगर कोई किसी को दबाता है तो उसके पास क्या होना चाहिए? राइट होना चाहिए उसके खिलाफ बोलने का. Then the source of all sovereignty resides in the nation. Okay, means everybody is sovereign, the nation is sovereign. No group or individual may exercise authority that does not come from the people. कोई भी क्या करेगा? unnecessary अपनी authority लोगों के ऊपर impose नहीं करेगा. Liberty consists of the power to do whatever is not injurious to others, which means if somebody has given the liberty, it does not mean that person takes advantage of it and harms others. No, your liberty should not harm others' rights, because other person also has the liberty and has the right to live the life with a dignity. The laws has the right to forbid only actions that are injurious to the society. Okay, you all can understand this. Law is the expression of the general will. All citizens have the right to participate in its formation personally or through their representatives. तो law जो है जब वो बनेगा तो सबको right है कि वो या तो उसमें participate करें या फिर अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स के थ्रू पार्टिसिपेट करें. लोग क्या करेंगे, अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव बॉडी को इलेक्ट करेंगे और फिर उसके बाद वो क्या जाएंगे लेजिस्लेचर में और लॉ बनाएंगे. All citizens are equal before it. Everybody is equal before the law. No man may be accused, arrested or detained except in cases determined by the law. किसी को भी बिना बात के accuse नहीं किया जाएगा, अरेस्ट नहीं किया जाएगा या फिर हिरासत में नहीं लिया जाएगा, except the cases determined by the law. अगर कोई इसने कोई क्राइम किया है और लॉ ने ऐसा कोई लॉ बना हुआ है, जैसे मर्डर इज अ क्राइम, अगर किसी ने किसी का मर्डर किया तो डेफिनेटली दैट पर्सन हैज टू बी अरेस्टेड एंड पनिश्ड, लेकिन बिना बात के कोई भी अरेस्ट या डिटेन नहीं किया जाएगा. Every citizen may speak, write and print freely. He must take responsibility for the abuse of such liberty in cases determined by the law. हर citizen को लिखने का, बोलने का और प्रिंट करने का, मतलब प्रिंट मीडिया, राइट. जैसे अभी हमारे देश में क्या है, मीडिया है, मीडिया को क्या है, राइट है, दे कैन स्पीक वॉट एवर दे वॉन्ट, दे कैन प्रिंट वॉट एवर दे वॉन्ट एंड दे डू इट ऑल्सो, है ना. तो उस चार्टर में ये भी लिखा गया दैट नाउ एवरी सिटीजन हैज़ द राइट टू स्पीक, राइट एंड प्रिंट फ्रीली. बट उनको क्या करना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा रिस्पॉन्सिबल भी होना पड़ेगा, उसके लिए भी कुछ लॉ है. सी एवरी राइट, नो राइट इज एब्सोल्यूट राइट. Every right comes with the duties. So if some right is given to you, you should take responsibility for it. And if you have given the liberty to speak anything, does not mean you start abusing others, right? You need to be a little responsible as well. For the maintenance of the public force and for the expenses of administration, a common tax is indispensable. It must be assessed equally on all citizens in proportion to their means. अच्छा, अब public जो places हैं, जो government है, उसको maintain करने के लिए कुछ revenue, कुछ तो generate करना पड़ेगा money, right? तो उसके लिए कुछ tax, common tax लगाया जाएगा, right? और वो ऐसा होगा कि सब उसको pay कर सके. ऐसे नहीं कि बहुत जैसे पहले ये लोग despotic way में taxes लगा रहे थे, that would not be there. Since property is a sacred and inviolable right, no one may be deprived of it. हम पहले क्या देख रहे थे कि feudal lords के पास बहुत सारी property थी, church के पास भी बहुत सारे lands थे, right? अब इन्होंने क्या माना कि property is a sacred and inviolable right, जिसको कोई violate नहीं करेगा, तो कोई भी इससे वंचित नहीं रहना चाहिए. Nobody should be deprived of it unless a legally established public necessity requires it. अगर कोई ऐसी, for example, ऐसा कोई place है जहाँ पर let's say public hospital होना चाहिए, government hospital होना चाहिए, वो चीज़ अलग है. Other than that, everybody should have some land, okay? In that case, a just compensation must be given in advance. तो अगर जैसे for example कोई land है, अगर वो किसी की है और वहाँ पर let's say public hospital बनना चाहिए, तो वो लैंड उससे ले ली जाएगी और उसके बदले में उसको एक फेयर कंपनसेशन दिया जाना चाहिए. जितने की भी वो ज़मीन है उतना या उससे ज़्यादा कुछ पैसा उनको देके वो लैंड उनसे लेके वहाँ पर कोई पब्लिक हेल्थ केयर या फैसिलिटी वहाँ पर डेवलप कर दिया जाएगा. ओके.